So I will start recording here as well. So see. Have you included in single quote test
Yes.
app.urls?
Yes.
Then also it is giving like that. Okay, let me come here. So yeah, share your screen. All things are perfect only. I thought there might be some. Okay. Let me request control. Approve the request control. Apurva.
Yes, sir. I given
Okay, okay.
approve.
Have you saved each file?
Yes, sir.
Should not give that. Okay, let me come here. Okay, I got that. What is the mistake? See, here it is URL patterns. Okay, not URLs pattern. Okay, okay, it started running. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Minute mistake, but blunder, right?
Yes.
So today we are going to start Django templates. Okay, Django
Okay.
templates and a static file. I think Snehal is not free, so we have already started recording. Fine. See, I will share my screen now. Fine. So here I am going to say Django templates. Okay. So static. Okay. Static files and Django templates. Okay. Templates. This is what we are going to learn. What is static file and what is Django templates and what is the use. So till now we were directly sending. So see, right now what we are doing, we are directly sending the response, and in that response we are writing HTML, right? We are writing HTML code in the backend in response object itself, right? In HTTP response object itself. So it is not recommended actually. We don't need to write HTML in response object. Those front end things should be done at the front end side. Okay. And while executing or and in real time, what should be done? That back end logic should come and sit on the front end, right? Or front end logic should pull the back end whenever it is required. This should be like this. So to achieve this architecture, Django templates is very important. So we will start with what Django templates. What is Django template? So see, it is not recommended to write what HTML code inside Python script. Okay, so till now we are writing. Okay, we are writing the HTML response. Okay, HTML response or HTML. Yeah, HTML response in the what views.py file, right? Which is not recommended. Okay, so which is not recommended, which is not recommended. Okay, after the views dot file. Okay, so it is not recommended, it is not recommended. Okay, just a minute. Hello. Yeah, who's this? Okay. Uh, what's your name? What you said? Hello. Yeah, I can hear you now. Hello, am I audible now?
Hello.
Okay. You can just drop your CV on that on this number only. Okay. Yeah, I will let you know. I will call you after 1 hour. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, no, no. As of now, we don't have. I will explain all the things. Just like 1 hour later. No, no. It's not a registered company as of now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Fine. So see, it is not recommended to what to write HTML code. Okay, code in what? Code inside the Python scripts due to the following reason. Due to the following reasons. Following reasons. What are those reasons? So first of all, it reduces. Okay, it reduces what? Readability. mm, READ. So readability as what? As Python code is mixed with HTML code, as Python scripts, or you can say Python code is mixed with what? HTML code, with HTML code, HTML code, right? Now the second thing, that no separation of roles. It means that Python developer has to concentrate on Python code as well as HTML code, right? So here Python, okay, Python and HTML both HTML both HTML both will be taken care, okay, taken care by the Python developer only, which which might not be an efficient way, right? Because generally whoever it is going to do like back end code, they are not that much good in front end. Okay, nowadays full stack has arrived, but then also we can't think as good as a designer. Now there are two things: front end developer and front end designer. So the work of front end developer is to just develop the way they are given. You can say they are given the layout or UI by the front end designer. Okay, so most of the time, if HTML also will be taken care by the Python developer, then it might not be the very efficient way to write the code. Okay, so it does not promote reusability of code as well. So it does not, okay, doesn't promote the usability ability of code. Why? Why? Because see, one backend can be used in several front end. Okay, but if you are going to stick the front end in there only, then that will be static. Like you can say that will be fixed development for that particular requirement only. You can't just take it out and just use in another project. Okay, and if you are going to use, then also you will have to use, you will have to write code. Okay, so here we can, okay, we can overcome, okay, we can overcome the above listed problems, okay, problems by separating HTML code, okay, into separate what separate HTML file, okay, separate HTML file. This HTML file is nothing but this is separate, okay, this is separate HTML file is nothing but what, but a template, right? Now we can over like a simple, we have to write template at project level. Okay, but before that, from the Python views.py file, we can use this template based on our requirement. Okay, we can now how to use. So how to use these templates? Okay, templates. So simple it is. See, from from the from the Python. Okay, Python. What is that? Views.py file. Views.py file. Okay, we can use these HTML templates what, based on our requirements, right? Now where to write these templates, okay, where to write these templates. So we have to write, basically there are two ways you can write this template: application level and project level. Basically right now we will see we have to write a templates at project level only once, and we can use these in multiple application. Okay, so see, so we have to write, okay, we have to write a template, okay, templates. What is that? HTML files at a project level, okay, project level only once. And we can use, you can use these templates what, in multiple in our multiple applications of that project. Is it clear, guys? Now what are the Python stuffs required to what develop what template based application? Okay, steps, I can say that steps to or steps required. Okay, steps required to develop. Okay, to develop template based application, based application. So the first step is to do what? To know the current Python file. Okay, to know the current Python file. So how to know? Okay, so first step is to know the current. Okay, current Python file. Where my file name? Sorry, where, what is the name of my current Python file? Okay, so we can do that. We can do that just by writing a code called print underscore file. Dunder file method is used. Dunder file method is used to test a particular, to check the name of particular file. How? Let me come here. I will show you. I will try to show you, or here only I can show, right? I just want to know the current folder. So I will come here. I will say class folder. It will be class 8, right? Class 8. In this class 8, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a file. Okay, I will we say file name dot py, and here I'm going to write print dunder file. What it is going to do, it will give the current file name. I will come here. I will cd class 8, and here I will say file name. Okay, I will say py file name dot py. So see what it is giving. It's giving the full file name. Full file name. Can you see this? Yes. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So this is what I wanted to show you here. So it will give something called file name. So I will just copy this program. Where I have written, here only. So it will give, if I'm going to run this, okay, if I'm going to run this, then this is what we are going to get. This is what we are going to get. If we write here, and if I'm going to write code, and here I will be pasting. Okay, and the name of this file I have written what? File name dot py. File name dot py, right? Let me change it to Python. Here also Python, right? So it is going to print like this. Hope it is clear. Fine. Now,
Yes.
what is the second thing which we need to know? So the second thing which we need to know is to know absolute path of current Python file name. Okay, to know absolute path. So here, to know the absolute path of the current Python file, of the current Python file name, current Python file name. So how you can do that? You can do that just by, okay, just by writing. What you need to write, first of all, you need to use the OS module. In OS module you need to write a print. Okay, os dot path dot abs path. Okay, abs path of absolute path of this particular file, absolute path of this particular file. So just I am going to use this method to know the absolute path of this particular file. Which particular file? This file name. Okay, so let me come here. Okay, so here I'm writing, this was the code. Here I will say import OS, right? Here we written uh, to know the current cur- current file name. Okay, current file name. After that, what we are going to know? To know the absolute path of the current file. Current file. Then how we can do that? So to do that, we need to say, okay, we need to say print os dot path dot abs path, okay, abs path, and after that underscore underscore file name, underscore underscore file name. This is what here we have tried to print, right? So after saving, let us see if it is working for us or not. So I will run this. So see, it is giving the same, okay, it is giving the same. Actually both are giving the same. So now, actually, like I used to teach before that this file, this dunder file, previously it used to give only the file name, but as of now this dunder file only gives what? Absolute path, okay, absolute path for this particular file name. So here by using this OS module, we are trying to cross verify that this file name, whose file name is what? This file name, and like a slash hyphen name dot py. Okay. So here we are getting the absolute path of the current file, right? Absolute path of the current file, right? Now what we need to do now, what we need to do now? So now we need to tell that, okay, to know the base directory name of the current file. Now we want to know the base directory. What is the like base folder where my this class has been stored, or where my this file is being stored, right? Where this file is being stored. Just a minute, let me put in charge. Yeah. So where my file is been stored. So how to know that? For that I have a code. What is that? So for to know that, we are going to know the base directory, to know the base directory name of the current file. So how you are going to know the base directory of the current file? Simply you need to use print os.path.dir name, okay, dir name, and after that simply os.path. Here you need to specify that a particular path, abs path, and here file name, okay, here for under file. So see, this is also going to return the same thing. This is also going to return the same thing, right? So it will return that where particular my folder, this file name is in which base folder, it is going to return that, okay, it is going to return that. So let me execute it, okay, let me execute. Control save, and here I'm going to execute this. So see, it is giving the default path, folder path. So where is the, what is the dir name where this file is going to come, okay? So instead of using os.path.absolute path, nowadays you can, nowadays what you can do, you can simply, okay, it's not copying, so I will say copy, and here I will paste it, and I will say no need to use what? abs, directly I can say file, okay, dunder file. So here if I'm going to write, and now if I'm going to run, it should give the same thing, it should give the same thing. But see, it is giving some error. What error it is giving?
Unexpected end of file.
Yes, yes, because it is not like trying, it is trying to find the dir name, but at which path it is not able to identify. That's why here we have used os.path.absolute path. But between these, if I am trying to print, then you can see that both are giving the same result, okay? So this act is not I thought that both, if both are giving the same output, then it should give, we can replace it, but it's not taking. Let me, okay, I haven't saved it. Save, again compile. See, this time it's giving for the two things, two we have printed. So file name dot py, and here also file name dot py with a complete path. But the thing is that if we want to know the dir, then for definitely we need to use the path dot absolute path of a particular file, okay, which will give you the absolute path of that particular file name. And if you want just a file name, then you need to use dunder file method. Dunder file method. Okay. Now here you can see that inside Django, okay, here you can see that inside Django, there is one folder named what. Here we need to know that something like okay, inside Django, or I will say inside class 8. Okay, I will say inside class 8, I will try to create one like one folder templates. Okay, I will create one template like a class template. So suppose third thing. Okay, third is to know to know the base directory. Base directory. Okay, directory name of the current file, right? How we can know that? To know that, we have written code just now. How we can to know? So just come in, it is right. Fine. So by using this, we can know the current directory of this particular file. After that, suppose, okay, the fourth thing is that inside, fourth thing is, so fourth thing is that inside, I will take one example. What I will take, I will say at this particular folder, okay, inside class 8, I will say class 8. So I will come here. Inside class 8, there is what? There is one folder. There is one folder. Okay. Named with templates. Okay. Named with templates. Okay. Named with templates. To know its absolute path. Okay. So to know its absolute path, we need to write below code. We need to write the below code. Okay, below code. So to just cross verify this, first we need to create what? One template folder. So here I'm going to create one template folder. So let me create a templates. So it will be templates. So templates, right? I have created a folder templates. Now how we can know that this is, I want this a particular template folder only? So see how I am going to write the program for it. So I will come here. Okay, I will come here and I will say new file, templates.py, templates.py. Okay, and here I'm going to say that import OS, importing OS module. After that I will say base dir. What is the base dir? So I will say to get base dir, we are going to use os.path.dir name. Okay, .dir name, where that dir name is. So os dot path dot abs path, where this file is, okay, where this file is. After that, this is the base file, the base directory of that particular folder. Now to know the template dir, to know the template dir, so where is the template directory? We need to tell that os dot path dot, okay, path dot join. Okay, os dot path dot join. Now I will say that at this base directory, what is the base directory? The base directory is this class 8, right? The base directory is class 8. Now in this base directory, I will join this template. Okay, I will join this template folder. Then I will go into the template. So I will say base dir, base, oh sorry, base dir, right? Now base dir joined with templates. So it is templates. Okay, base dir joined with what? Templates. Then only it is going to show. After that I will show print. Here I will show what is template dir. What is template dir? Let me save it. and I will run. So first of all, let me check. Okay, templates.py is there. Templates.py. See what you are getting. You are just getting complete URL. You are going into templates. Is it clear, guys? Yes. Can you see this? You are just going into template dir. You are setting up template dir for your project. The basic process we are learning here to set the templates dir in our project. Okay. So let me copy this. After copying, I will come here. I will say code, paste here. After pasting, I will say output. After output, I will say code, and in code I'm going to paste the output of this file. So I will say output. So I will come here, paste it. Fine. Here we got this templates. Now what is advantage, what is the need of the what are the need of to need to do all sorts of these things. So advantage, or I can say note, the main advantage, the main advantage of this approach, the main advantage of this approach is that we are not required to hard code system specific paths. Okay, is, is now we don't need to hard code. Okay, hard code hard code the system. Okay, system specific path, specific paths. Okay, paths. That is what locations which in which we will try to access the files. Okay, in our python scripts, right? Otherwise our program will be dependent on type of operating system. In some type the the folders are accessed with a backslash. Okay, in some OS these folders are accessed by forward slash, right? To just neglect or to just resolve or overcome those problem, or to just neglect the handling of those problem, we are using here OS module given by Python, which makes files and folder accessing dynamic throughout different operating system, is it clear, guys? Yes, is it clear for both of you? Now
Yes.
we are going to learn what steps to develop template based application. um, to develop a template based application, we need to follow the below steps. What are those steps? So the first thing, create a project. Okay, I will say template project. Okay, I will say template project. So I will come here. After that, after coming here, what I will do, I will, okay, I'm here only, so I will do django admin. D, oh, not here, man, here. Django admin. Okay, admin, start a project. Okay, start a project. Here I will say template project, right? Hit enter. So it will create a okay, Django admin start project unknown, no Django space. Start project is only there, na? Django admin only. Did you mean start? Okay, sorry. Start project, every letter should be what? In small only. Even this P should be in small only. Okay. So hit enter. It will create a project. See here. Template project folder it created. Template a specific folder it created. Right? Now let me copy this first. So we will copy here. We will paste here. Create a project template project. Okay, template project, that is here. Okay, output as a output, what it is going to do, as a output it will create, okay, it will create. So how I am going to show snip, I will come here, you can see it created a template project, you can see that it created a template project, right? Save. So template project it created. After that we will come here, we will try to take it out from there. So D software training Django 8 template project. Fine. Now what we need to do here. So after this, the second thing which we need to do, creating what? Create an application. Okay, an application in the template project. In the template project, right? How we can create application in template project? So to create application in template project, first we need to enter into template project. Okay, after that we need to cross verify that if manage.py is available there or not. If it is available, then we need to run py manage.py. After that, start app, and here I will say what kind of app I should make here. So Python app, I will say Python app. Okay, Python app. After that, hit enter. Hit enter. So this is what we did. Copy. I will come here. What we did? Code. Okay. So code. Here I will say cd template project. After that, this one. Okay, and output of this will be some image. What will be that image? That image is going to be this. Okay, and now I'm going to take a snip, so it will be something like this. So save app, coming here I will choose that particular app, right? After this what I need to do, add. Now we need to add this application. Okay, so third thing, adding. Okay, adding adding the Python app in what? In template project. In template project, in using settings.py of project folder, right? How I'm going to do that? Python app is there, copy it, we will come here and go in the project folder settings.py, and in the installed app we are going to write Python folder. Okay, Python app, and just we will copy this settings using installed app, installed. See here what is the installed apps list. Okay, so here I will try to write like that only. I will say installed apps list in settings.py of folder. Okay, that is what that is. So that is code, this one, right? Now what we, after this what we need to do? So create template folder inside main project folder. Okay, so we will create what? Create a template or templates. Okay, templates folder. Okay, folder inside what? Main folder. Inside main folder. Okay, main project folder. Main project folder. Fine. So in that templates folder, like create a separate name with a test app. Create a separate name with a test app. Is it clear, guys? So after that, I will come here. Where is our project main project folder? See, it is our main project folder. Inside this project and applications are there, right? So we need to come here, and here we need to create what? Templates. Here we need to create templates, right? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, clear.
See, so now we need to write template project. Here I'm going to write what? I'm going to create a folder templates. So templates. Fine. I have created this folder template. Oh, I have created a file. Sorry. I need to delete this. I will say here I want to create a folder. Fine. Okay, guys. Like we will keep till here only because right now your HR session is there, right?
Yes, sir.
So I will stop here only. We will proceed. We will develop template based application in next class. I will try to complete it. Okay. Hope whatever I have explained